Alright, it's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How's everyone going? Hope you had a great weekend. I know I did, it was my birthday. And I had a great one, thank you very much. And I hope you did too. I'm really loving the fact that the weather is getting better and the sunlight hours in the day are getting longer. Over here in Ireland anyway. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're probably losing light, and that's fine too. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the weather. We're here to talk about Harmony One, Stellar, and maybe a little bit about Viper Swap because it's come up on my radar, and I think, you know, we're here to support Harmony One and the Harmony One network, and Viper Swap is the newest DEX in the Harmony network. So we're going to chat about those things, but before we do, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and click that notification bell if you choose. All right, just quickly to touch on Harmony One. I think, you know, I'm very public about One Harmony and game credits being in a similar accumulation and reversing that accumulation. So they've had a downtrend, you know, a bearish reversal after a bullish uptrend, bull flag, you know, and then they're moving up. I've had this trend line here. You can see there that it kind of, what I said could happen is that it tests breaking out or a fake out below that line. And then you can see today it went back up again. We all get excited, a bit of volume, pull back sellers. So there's going to be a bit of that going on just to grind its way up along this line. But that's the main thing we're looking at. Good volume, price increases, sellers come in, right? You know, so we're shaking out sellers every time we have this pump up. So just bear with it. The One Harmony chart is doing the right things. The game credit chart, on a similar sense, it did that the other day. It kind of broke up, sellers come in, buyers back in, sellers. So we're still there with that trend line. We're still in that reversal of the downtrend into the uptrend. So low, higher, low, right? So everything's good. Sometimes it pays not to be looking at the daily price action and just thinking, why now? When my coin, I want mine to go up. And you need to understand that the whole market moves together mostly. Now, today, Ethereum's moving up. Binance coin was moving up. It's kind of pulled back a bit. But essentially, Bitcoin is pulling back, so most things pull back. And it's just the way it is. It's an ebb and a flow in the volatile bull market, right? But what I want to point out is Stellar. Okay, so we're just going to have a look at the Stellar chart for a second. Not that we follow Stellar that much in the channel, but just more in reference to our times for accumulation and breakouts of ranges, right? Because you can see Stellar's had a good little pop today. It's 15%. You know, it's a good day for a crypto at the moment when you're seeing a lot of kind of red. So it's, you know, it's a clear kind of a breakout of a range and maybe a little bit of a back test again. But I think Stellar's going to have a good run in the next few days, and I'm going to tell you why. Because on the 14th of February, it hit a high of, 60 odd cents, and it's done its carp and kind of got a bit more bullish and went up to 72 cents, then did the handle thing. And then now it's kind of accumulated its way out of that handle, So you can see that the carp, the handle, and then the V-shaped recovery out of the handle, which is, equidistance, same angle in, the same angle out roughly, maybe a little bit slower out, and then kind of a little bit of a pullback, another kind of test of that high, pullback, tap, and then bang, it's popped out. That's the kind of last little shaker, that last little scary moment when you're like, finally my coin's going to break out. But then people are like, oh, I've been in this too long, I'm sick and tired and I'm bored, and they get out, right? And what has happened, right? So up until today, it's been 85 days, which is there and abouts for our accumulation times, right? That's what we're seeing, So if we go back over to the one chart and we're at that, we've got that 60-day target possibly to get up to the top, then, can we expect a bit of a handle and then maybe a pullback, right? So we've got to be aware of these things. We've got to be aware that the whole market is acting very similar, just on slightly different time schedules, right? As in start and finish time. So don't be thinking when I say, oh, One Harmony is about to break out, it's like going to fly 100% in the next day. Those days will come. But what I'm talking about, it's about to break out of its trend, so it's broken, it's gone down, 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 breaks out of its trend, goes sideways for a bit, and I think it's going to start an uptrend again, So I'm not talking, I'm not hyping people into the fact that One Harmony is going to go to the moon tomorrow, or Game Credits is going to go to the moon tomorrow. You can go see other channels for that. I'm talking about it's breaking a trend, it's breaking out of a pattern that it's been doing for a while, So it goes down for a bit, it goes sideways for a bit, and then it goes up, or sideways and up for a bit. So I can sense that there's a reversal in whatever's been happening, or a change in the direction, and the direction's going to be up again for the next week or so until it kind of goes up lots, hopefully, in the near future. But that'll probably be when the whole alt season is happening there. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of use another cryptocurrency that's been in accumulation just to show you that things take time, they take a certain amount of time to go through the normal bullish market cycle, which is, cup and handle accumulations, or, bull flag accumulations, whichever ones you want to call them. They're kind of the same essential principles, that things go up for a good run, then they go down, and then sideways, and then back up again, and then they break all-time highs, and then they go up again. So that's that. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to touch on ViperSwap. I've been asked by a couple of people in the comments, and I have seen this pop up in my own kind of feeds, ViperSwap. So I guess, One Harmony is working fairly solidly behind the scene to build out their mainnet and get projects on it, So we've seen One Moon token on there, and now we've got ViperSwap, which is their DEX. So I guess if we can just kind of have a quick little look. I think the main thing that I'm seeing is that, if you own this Viper token and you stake it within here, you can get a fairly decent return. So I think that's the main reason why you'd want to get involved in this, as well as supporting the One Harmony network and the infrastructure. But, it's all about, when things are going sideways at the moment, do you convert a bit of your One into Viper, and then you stake that Viper as well as staking your One, these are the kind of things that you do to keep yourself busy while things are going sideways, I guess. And then, there's, certain other things going on like Viper Pit, which, once again, you're going to be getting part of trading fees, you're going to be getting some rewards for just being a part of the network. So I'm not going to go heavily into it. I'm just kind of drawing people's attention to Viper. Reddit, other YouTube videos are probably going to go into fundamentals more than me. I just, I guess, from the perspective of price action, if people want me to start following things like Vipercoin, I can start looking at the charts when there is chart data there. So here we are over in CoinGecko on the Viper token page. It hasn't been around long, right? So I guess, people want to get in on things early. This is probably as early as you can get in on something. And the good thing that I'm seeing here is the all-time data from Friday the 7th of May. It's not like there's been a big dump and, there's got to be an accumulation to get past that initial all-time high, or the initial dump price. It's been fairly sideways. So I think, from a getting in on the ground level perspective, this is the base for now. From that perspective, choose your own financial advice and how much risk you're willing to take. But if I was personally going to dabble, like I do, put 100, 200 into something just as an experiment, now wouldn't be the worst time in the world. Obviously if it drops down to $1.19, that's the best price you've seen so far. But on average, $1.20, $1.25 is the average price there. So, do with that information what you will, and please let me know in the comments if you want me to keep following ViperSwap. I'm all about doing things that people want to hear, and I've tried to do that all along. Is if people request things in the comments, that I follow it and give it a little bit of love, right? So that's what we're all about, is just sharing a bit of perspective on it and what people think about what's going to happen to what particular projects. And ViperSwap is, well, it's a fairly neutral for me at the moment. It's brand new. I guess if you're bullish on One Harmony, you can start being bullish on their projects. But there's a lot of this stuff going on, there's a lot of new dexes going out and they've all got their own coin, and, some have done well and some will do well. And I think everything's going to do well in a bull market. It's just whether or not you choose to use that one, right? Personally, I'm finding a much easier experience over on the Pancake Swap environment using the Trust wallet. I think with the One Harmony thing, there's a little bit more technical stuff involved, which could potentially scare some people away in these early days, changing addresses and stuff like that. So I did have a little experiment today trying to convert some ETH into one ETH and maybe use it on the swap. So it just is not as intuitive and not as user friendly as maybe Pancake Swap is, but I guess that is the trade-off that on these things like Viper and One Harmony is that there's no trading fees because there's no, the smart contracts are cheaper. I don't know. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment, fairly neutral with Viper Swap, but I just thought I'd put it on people's radar. Anyway, I've been Jared. It's been Crypto Plan. I hope this has been insightful for you and helps keep you on track. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.